The 9 things poor people do that rich people don't. If you're in a bad financial situation right now, I'm going to break down the main reasons that this is probably happening to you. There's just certain things that rich people do that poor people don't do, and vice versa. Alright? So poor people tend to do things every single day because it's been passed down from generation to generation. You probably have a ton of friends that all say and do the same things. And nobody ever questions any of these false beliefs. Any of these things that have been built up over time. Any of the ways that you live that is just the wrong way. Okay? Rich people understand the right way to live. It's not that hard. It's that you need to change the way you think. It's that you need to change your routine, how you approach life. Life is a game. And once you understand the rules of that game, it's easy to succeed. Number 1, and this is probably going to be the most controversial one of all. Poor people value being selfless. They worry about everybody else but themselves. Rich people understand that it's a virtue to be selfish. Why? Because the more I'm selfish and I work on myself, a rising tide raises all boats. So the more success that I accumulate in my life, I can pick up the people around me. I can donate to charity. I can help out the poor. But I can't help poor people if I'm one of them. So that makes no sense whatsoever. Poor people every single day will give their last nickel to somebody else to help them, which is fine and dandy, but then they don't have food to put on the table. So you need to put one in front of the other. First, you have to focus on yourself, then put yourself in a position where you can help other people. If you can't help other people, then what are you doing? You're killing yourself. Number 2, poor people get paid on time. Rich people get paid on results. What do I mean by that? Poor people have no problem showing up to a job where they have a boss telling them you're worth $10, $12, $15 an hour. They're getting paid based on time. Rich people are paid based on results. They have businesses, they're entrepreneurs, and they need to take action, and they need to invest their time and their knowledge and their money into getting things done. And when it doesn't work out, their results will tell them how much money they make, if it's bad or good, okay? If they're good at what they do, and if they succeed, then their results are good. So if you're a good entrepreneur and you're smart, then your results will show that. If you're making money, that means that what you're doing is working. But if you're at a job, whether you're bad at your job or good at your job, you get paid exactly the same. Number 3, poor people blame others. Rich people take responsibility. I've been around a lot of poor people in my life, okay? I can tell you that all they do is complain. They blame the government. They talk about how their favorite sports team lost last night. They blame their family. They blame their friends. They blame their upbringing. They blame their circumstances. They blame their situation. They blame the fact that they have too many bills. They don't have enough time. They blame their kids. They blame everything. They blame everything. But what happens when you blame everything? You never take action, because it's easy to point the finger and say that it's somebody else's fault. It's that fault. It's this fault. It's over here. It's over there. It's never your fault. And when it's never your fault, then it's easy to just fall back, feel sorry for yourself, and play your tiny little violin. That's not going to help you move forward in life. Rich people take responsibility. Rich people understand that I am in charge. I succeed or I fail based on my action, based on the things that I do. Everybody's got a bad circumstance. Everybody's circumstances are not perfect. Everybody's family structure is not perfect. Everybody doesn't have perfect friends. Everybody doesn't have perfect situations. Everybody has a mountain of bills, debt, whatever it is that you want to say, okay? No matter what you can choose to blame, I'm pretty sure nobody likes the government. Okay, no matter what you want to blame, everybody has bad situations. Rich people understand the only way that I can succeed is if I take personal responsibility. It doesn't matter what my situation is. Sit down and figure out what I can do instead of focusing on the things I can't do. Number 4. This is one of the ones that took me a long time to realize that it was a bunch of crap. Poor people believe that money is the root of all evil. And rich people understand that lack of money is the root of all evil. Think about it. You've probably never seen anybody rob a bank who already had a ton of money. It's the lack of money that makes people do evil things. They have a scarcity mindset. They stab people in the back. They lie. They cheat. They steal. Whatever it may be. Okay? It's because they don't have money. The people that do have money, they have an abundance mindset, and they don't need to stoop that low to do all these bad things. Now, that's not to say that all rich people are good. Of course, there's evil rich people out there who are greedy and stab people in the back and step over people. But what I'm saying is, it's not the money itself. Money is just a tool. Money is just a thing. It's a noun. It's just there, okay? It's the person behind the tool. It's the person with the money that makes the money bad or good. It's how you use it. It's just like putting a gun in somebody's hand. They can use it for evil, or they can use it to protect people. It's the same with money. You can use it to help others, or you can use it for selfish reasons and hurt others. It's not the money itself. Number 5, poor people focus on saving money. Rich people focus on investing money. Now, if you're poor and you're wondering why you're poor, it's probably because you keep on saying to yourself every time you get a paycheck, I need to save money, I need to save money, I need to save money. And maybe you even are. Maybe you have a savings account where you're putting money away and you're saving it for a rainy day. Well, there's a lot of mathematics I can put behind that proves that that's a waste of time. But at the same time, think about it. If you're not putting your money to work, if you're not multiplying your money, then you don't have a save money problem. You have an income problem. You need more money. Okay, so you need to be able to put this money somewhere where more is coming back. You need to be investing that money. You can't just tuck it away for a rainy day and expect everything to be peaches and cream. Everything in your life is going to improve. You have to be willing to pull the trigger and invest that money into something that's going to bring you a return, something that's going to make your life better, as far as having an abundance. So that's why you see rich people always focusing on, what stocks can I buy? Can I buy bonds? Can I put my money in real estate? Can I buy other businesses? Can I look for partners to get into more businesses and invest? Because they're always looking to multiply their income. They're not looking to save their money and tuck it away. They want to put it into work. Number 6, poor people have a lottery mentality and rich people have a take action mentality. Now, if you're poor or you know nothing but poor people, then you know that poor people always say the same things. Then they buy lottery tickets and they hope and they hope and they hope. Every day, man, I hope I hit it rich. I hope this happens. I hope that happens. And when they see somebody else succeed, when they see somebody else driving around in a fancy car, their first thought, their first impulse is either they have rich parents or they got lucky. Everything's about luck and circumstance to the poor mindset. But in this time in human history, in this time right now in 2020, I don't know when you're watching this video, there is more self-made millionaires in the history of mankind, especially thanks to the internet. Okay, rich people understand that it's about taking action. It's about having a plan, having a strategy, and working that plan, and actually putting it into motion, actually seeing it come to fruition. Okay, it's not about, oh, I'm going to sit around and see what happens. I'm going to wait to see if money just drops out of the sky and falls in my lap. That's the poor mindset, and because of that, people stay poor. They never take action. They don't get in the game. Now, if you want to get in the game, to me, the best business to start online is a business model called affiliate marketing. It's a business model where all you have to do is sell other people's proven products. You don't need to have any knowledge, any prior skills, any technical, nothing. Okay, anybody can do it. I do it, and I bring in thousands of dollars a week. Okay, anybody can do this. Okay, so I have a link in the description below where you can see a free web class that'll get you started with affiliate marketing. Number 7, and this is one of my favorite ones. Poor people know it all, and rich people love to learn. Poor people, you see them all day, every day. You hear them in discussions on the corners, at work, wherever. And they're always talking about everything they know. I know this, I know that. They want to talk about all their favorite sports team stats and the leaderboards and what's going on the news. And they want to know, they know everything. You can't tell them anything new. They know everything. They have this smug mindset where it's like, I know this and I know that. You don't have to tell me anything. Because they're insecure. They feel like, oh, if someone has to tell me something, I must be stupid. I must be wrong. I must be less than. When rich people are humble, they understand, okay, the mindset should be, you should always be learning. You should, the only thing stupid in this life is that you stop learning, that you decide, I know enough. I don't want to learn anymore. That makes you stupid. It doesn't make you stupid to not know something. It makes you stupid to not be willing to learn. Okay, that's the mind shift that you need to have. In order to become rich, you need to be humble and you need to be a studier of the game. You need to be a student. You need to look at other successful people, find mentors, read books. You need to always be studying. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, you name it. All these successful people, wildly successful people, top billionaires are still learning. At their late age, they're still learning. They're sharing what they learn, but they're still learning. They're networking with each other, right? They're reaching out. They're calling on phones. They're attending seminars. They want to learn everything, okay? They enjoy learning. They enjoy increasing their mindset, increasing their knowledge, increasing their salary. The more you learn, the better you get. So there is no shame in saying, I don't know something, as long as you're willing to sit down and learn it. Number 8, poor people think they need to do something to be rich. And rich people understand they need to be someone to be rich. I'll tell you what I mean. Poor people are always chasing opportunities. They're always chasing what is the next trend. How can I get in here and how can I get in there? How can I squeeze in over here and over there? They think, again, this is part of the lucky mindset. They think that if they're just in the right position at the right time, then they can just strike it rich. They can just strike oil and find gold or whatever it may be. They think they need to do something special to become rich. Whereas rich people understand they need to be someone. This goes back to them studying, learning, being better, self-improvement, self-development, networking, being somebody. It is about taking everything that you ingest, everything that you learn, and improving yourself, improving your presentation skills. When I get on camera, I'm moving my hands around, I'm trying to be engaging. This is all stuff that I'm learning as I'm going along. And I'm looking at other successful people and I'm saying, all right, what are they doing? How do they craft their stories? How do they punctuate their messages? How do they craft their brand? How do they craft their personal stuff? You know, everything is you being a student of the game, okay? Of life, of branding, of marketing, of business, and learning and becoming better and better and better and better at it. You need to be someone to be rich. You don't need to do something special. I don't need to hit this button right here and all of a sudden $100 pops out. Okay, you need to study and you need to implement and you need to get comfortable and you need to become this thing. You need to be a business. Right? You don't need to have a business. You need to be a business. Number 9, last but not least, and this is actually my favorite one of all. Poor people watch TV. Rich people read books. Now, for those of you that don't know, I spent 7 years in state prison. Okay? It's something that I regret, but there was positives that came out of it. I learned a lot. I read a lot of books, and I can tell you, reading books is truly fundamental. When you sit back and you read books, you can actually, it feels like you actually take what the author is writing and you ingest it, okay? You make it a part of you. You absorb it. It's almost like I've lived 1,000 lifetimes. I've walked in the shoes of many, many successful business people. I've already done the things that I plan on doing in the future simply by reading it, okay? I read it, and now it's so ingrained in my mind that I already project it, I already see it, and I'm just walking in the footsteps now. Okay, I already know the steps that it takes to become successful because I've taken the time to read a whole ton. And I still read to this day. I still read this wonderful book. I'm just got done reading this by a wonderful man named Russell Brunson, if you've never heard of him. He's awesome. But you read. You want to learn as much as possible. Why do poor people watch TV? They want to turn their brain off. And what you need to understand is your brain is the number one, besides time, the number one asset that you have. Okay, you need to treat your brain with respect. You need to fill it with the right things. Your brain is like a garden, and the seeds that you plant in that garden is what's going to grow. Okay, it's what's going to grow. Are you going to just keep feeding your brain with a bunch of crap that you see on TV? What is that going to do for you? How's that going to help you? It's just pure entertainment. All TV does is lie. All TV does is tell you whatever you want to hear. Okay, it's a pleasure machine. It does nothing for you. Okay, sit down and read a book. Sit down and read something that will actually benefit you, that will actually have the capability of changing your life. Have you ever noticed how there's no Lamborghini or Ferrari or Porsche commercials on TV? Do you know why that is? Have you ever questioned that? Such popular brands that make all this money. How come there's no commercials on TV? It's simple. Because the people that can afford a Lamborghini, a Porsche, a Ferrari do not watch TV. And I want you to think about that. I'm the infamous Joel, and your boss hates me because I show you how to live a life of freedom, passion, and fulfillment. And if you're infamous too, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm the infamous Joel, and I'm out.